Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 42 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Today I've got, some maintenance work to do, probably starting off. My quarry stopped running a little while ago and I might want to get it restarted, so I might need to kick that guy off. I used quite a bit of resources building those nuclear reactors, and you can see it was recently nighttime and I slept through the night, and as a result there's a ton of burning skeletons chasing me, and a creeper. So I mean, like, that's cool, right? See you guys later. And let's go check out our quarry. Right now we've got a, not bad situation here. I'm probably going to start off by trying to clear off some of this lake. And the best way to do that right now is to charge this guy up. And if I can get rid of all these source blocks, then it can certainly help with regards to cleaning up this big old lake of water. And with all the source blocks gone, now all the water is going to sink down. That's my situation down here. It might be a source block or two hanging out down there, but this is a nice way to make sure that the water all dumps out of this little system. Now obviously, with Optifine running, it sometimes makes a little funny with the water draining as quickly as it is. And look, there's a source block hanging out right there. So let's get rid of this guy. Ha ha ha! Yeah, I'm having fun. Hey look, there's squid down here. Nice. So did I actually, get rid of this situation, or what's going on here? Maybe another source block? Yep, there is. Look at that. Just another one. Whee! That's fun. So why don't I clear out all these source blocks? Quite a lot of them, as a matter of fact, it would appear. There we go. Now we're actually draining. That's what I wanted to see. So where's this guy? There we go. Just kind of standing on the water here. Nice. So I always tend to like to drain out my quarries. Don't ask me why. Maybe I believe it causes lag. Maybe it does cause lag. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know for sure. But it seems like it's always a good idea. And let's see, what if I go down here? I know it's a little dark down there, so sorry YouTube for that. But hey, looks like we're making progress. So I'm going to let this drain out, and I'll be back in a minute once it's done draining. And it looks like I've stranded my poor little squids here, but I'm hanging out down in my recently drained quarry. Not bad at all. Cool. Nice little place here. Let's grab our swift wolves and get out of here. Looks like there's a little bit of water left hanging out up here. Get rid of that just to be nice and neat. Not a big deal. And now we can fly out. These equivalent exchange toys come in handy. Yeah, they're fun. Might as well jump down here and see what's going on. Should probably charge this guy back up. I'm just going to clear this out as well. I'll be back. And just cleaned this room out too. And never one to pass up free diamonds. I just found a couple. Sweet. Alright, let's get back to our house and start building something. I'm probably going to start up a new quarry real soon, but I want to do that off camera, as you guys have seen me lay out a quarry about a dozen times, and you don't need to see it again. And you know what, just as I was exploring a little bit past my quarries here, I happened to notice in the distance there's a bit of snow on the ground back here. So it looks like there's a nice little snow biome just behind my quarry system. Probably something to keep in the back of my mind in the future when I'm probably going to want to have some snow. Good to know. And we're all set with our quarry. Just going to activate this thing with frequency 3. Can receive true. Looks like I'm having a little bit of a graphical bug here, but I assure you that's probably all it is. Might be just Optifine doing its thing. Let's see. Yep, I'm just waiting for the entities to catch up here. Alright. So yeah, it looks like it's probably just a visual bug that was caused with, I'm guessing, Optifine, because it's the first time I've built a quarry since I've had Optifine installed. I did have to kind of run back to my base to get things built once again, but hey, we've got a crane moving, that's probably good. And we should start getting some items here in just a moment. And I'm going to lay out my chunk loader blocks as well, and I'll be right back as soon as that's done. And it looks like the chunks are loaded. As you can see, I've got a nice bit of loaded chunks going on here. couple people have posted comments in the past saying how do I bring up these lines. Once again, it's F9 on your keyboard to bring up those nice little blue and red lasers that indicate chunks are loaded. And looks like we're slowly starting to get sand coming into our ender chest here, which is cool. I'm going to throw my, clean up my inventory, and then I'm going to get ready to start a build that I want to work on today. I think it's time I take another trip back to the Nether. And in the Nether, I want to set up something I mentioned a while back. I'm going to build probably an automated way of collecting. So yeah, I'm going to head back to the Nether and get myself an automated blaze rod factory going. So I guess in order to do that, I'm going to need a couple things. Let's go into my buildcraft chest here. I don't have any obsidian pipes, so why don't I make some real quick. I'm going to grab 2 pieces of obsidian and get my philosopher's stone ready. Obsidian pipes, for those of you not super advanced with buildcraft, can pick items up off the ground. You can simply throw an item at them and they'll get pulled in. Of course, it would help if there was a pipe behind it. Wouldn't it? Right, so throw an item in and it gets sucked up. And if an item's on the ground nearby and we activate this guy with a redstone engine, let me get one of those built real quick. Okay, so if we take a redstone engine here and apply it to the obsidian pipe, we're going to wind up collecting items from a further distance ahead of the block on each pulse. I thought. Alright, so that might have been just a little bit further away than it needed to be, so pretty much it'll pick up items from one block in front. And I think if we use a stronger engine, it'll pick up items from further away. But instead, I might want to use something a little bit different. So I've got myself a transposer here that I just picked up. And I believe in my chest I've got some pneumatic tubes, so that's cool, and I'm going to need that redstone. So let's place down a transposer like that, and some pneumatic tubes behind it. I'm going to place items in front like that distance away and see what happens when we activate it with a redstone current. See, that one picked up multiple items in one chunk. That was cool. And it also picked up from 2 blocks away. I believe that the obsidian pipe only looked to be picking up from 1 block away. But like I said, the obsidian pipe might pick up items a little bit better. Didn't mean to do that. Might pick up items from further away if you wind up using a stronger engine. So now I'm going to try the transposer exactly how I really want to use it, probably having it in the floor, and we want to collect items that are all around it, like so. How will it do? I'm just, as you can see, kind of making a little bit of a mess on the floor here, and now I want to indicate how far away this transposer can really pick up items. According to the wiki, by the way, or the recipe guide, it'll pick items up from 3 blocks wide and 2 blocks long from the front. So I'm not sure if these items will be considered the front, but let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Not bad at all. Nowhere to put them though at the moment, and it's got a little bit of a buffer. There you go, see? Now the buffer's emptying out. So I wonder, now that I've given it more space, yeah, I guess it can't collect those guys from over there. Cool. Well, that's good to know. I'm thinking I might want to use these guys. So I'm just going to craft myself another transposer or 2, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, let's go ahead and craft up a new equivalent exchange power toy. Let's see if I can remember this recipe now. Hey, I got it right the first time. For some reason I always mix these up. Don't ask me why. It makes perfect sense why this makes a bow, but I always mix them up and think the wood should be in the back and the string in the front. Whatever. But anyway, got myself a bow. Now I'm going to need some iron. Got some right here. And we'll craft it up like so. So yes, this is a ring that I'm about to make. There we go, iron band. And we'll switch that guy out and place some dark matter on the sides, some feathers, and the Archangel's Smite. So let's go outside and see what this guy does. Real quick, I'm just going to go over his abilities, and then I'll show you a new equivalent exchange power toy. Now this will use up arrows, dirt, stone, cobblestone, flint, all kinds of different items that you might have in your inventory in order to produce arrows, and lots of arrows at that. You can charge it up by pressing V, which I'm not going to do just yet. But if I were to left click, you could see it just shot a whole bunch of arrows, kind of like in a shotgun type effect. And I can go pick them up, and it shot about 10 of them, it looks like. Okay? Now I could also just right click, and it shoots one at a time. But left click is that big shotgun approach where it'll do a pretty good amount of damage. If I run over here to this guy, kaboom. Nice, quick, instant death. Poor pig. So unpolite of me. Now let's see. Do I have some animals in here I can help out? Yeah, I do. Why don't I just go find some out in the field real fast to experiment on. Hey, there's a pig. You know what? I'm a pretty bad shot. I'm going to shoot over here. Hey, look at that. The Archangel Smite is not only a massive arrow, but it's a good homing arrow as well. So that is pretty neat. Now, I can also, if I want, charge it up, like I said. I'm just going to charge it up a little bit. And if I press R, yeah, it pretty much uses up the charge that I've built and unleashes a huge stream of arrows, pretty much obliterating whatever you're going to be attacking. So a pretty awesome item. Now let's go combine it with another equivalent exchange item I'm about to build. So I just stole 3 dark matter blocks and 4 red matter out of my condenser here, but I don't quite have enough to do what I want to do. So let's charge up our Philosopher's Stone and throw some dark matter in there. There we go. 1. Now that's what I want, obviously. 1 dark matter is not going to do it, so let's put my Klein Star Iron in there. Snag a dark matter block. That sounds good. Cool. Doing pretty well there. And hey, come back here, dark matter block. Might as well charge this guy up real fast while I'm at this position here. And I'm going to open up my crafting table and place down dark matter blocks like this, with red matter on either side. So again, a pretty serious recipe for such a small looking item. It's called the Pedestal. The Pedestal is actually pretty cool and exciting. I really like the Pedestal. It's an amazing concept and it's really cool. Basically, the Pedestal can accept many different red powered to equivalent exchange items, and if I place it down on the ground, it's just hanging out, chilling, doing nothing. And if I hold shift and right click on it, it's got one little inventory spot. And there's actually quite a few items you can place in here. I can place down the black hole band, for example, and if I throw some items on the ground, like so, and right click on this thing, it's going to activate. And right click again turns it off. And this is free, so it's going to, activate pretty much whatever item is sitting on there. Now the really exciting part about this is, you guessed it, I can activate this with a redstone current. Pretty awesome. And I can go ahead and break my pedestal now that I've placed it down. Might take me a minute because it's made of dark matter, so I'll be back. I don't have a dark matter pickaxe just yet. Alright, that was taking a lot longer than expected, so why don't I craft my dark matter pickaxe? An item that I've been meaning to get anyway, and heck, I've got plenty of dark matter, so let's grab some. There we go. And I'm going to need a couple diamonds, so let's go grab a pair of those. So, all the tools that are available to you in the game are craftable in dark matter form, and they all have a lot of neat abilities and do some pretty cool stuff. So if I grab my crafting table and use diamonds and dark matter, I've got the dark matter pickaxe. Very powerful pickaxe that will never break. Pretty much a very fast, efficient speed mining ability. So let's run out here and go ahead and chop this guy up, and he should break a lot faster now. Yes, much better. That's cool. Got what I need. Real quick, I might as well show you guys the special ability of the dark matter pick. After all, I did craft it. So just running along here, I found some silver way down, or maybe it's tin. I don't know, I can never tell the difference. And if I charge up my dark matter pick with V, it's only got 1 charge level. And if I right click on any ore, it'll automatically mine all the ore in that node. So you can see that I just collected 5 tin ore with 1 click, and it was instant as well. So that is pretty slick. And it works pretty much a whole lot. I think red power ores it's aware of, but right now industrial craft ores, because equivalent exchange isn't properly identifying industrial craft, it might not work on, but most other ores, especially red power and vanilla ores, will work just fine. Great if you're out mining and you hit a coal node. You know how big coal nodes can be. This is just going to mine up all that coal in one shot. And I'm also going to build an alchemical chest here, because there's one component. I wasn't too thrilled with how far the obsidian pipes or transposers could pick items up from. If I place an obsidian chest on the ground and place a black hole band in it, anywhere, doesn't matter, just place it in there, it will automatically select items from the ground and suck them up into the ground, into the chest. And it looks like it works from a pretty good long range. So it looks like that right there is getting pretty close to about how far away it'll work from. So that's much further than the transposer or you know, the obsidian pipe or anything like that worked. So anything that lands on the ground near there will just suck into the pipe and land inside the alchemical chest. So let's take that guy into the nether with us. And I'll craft myself another black hole band in the future. So pretty much I'm going to do a little experiment here. Let's go and follow the path that leads to our little system. And somebody mentioned to me, or at least one or two people have posted, thinking the reason I'm having trouble with my portal gun is because my portals are still open in the nether. So I'll go ahead and close them and see if that's correct or not. Who knows? But back to where I was going. Now if I run up here and head straight over to my blaze spawner, better make sure I have my vulcanite amulet in my hotbar as well. Let's go see what we've got going on. And hopefully you guys can see this well enough. Just running over here, my nice little blaze spawning room. I guess the first thing I'm going to want to do is place down and close this door real fast my pedestal. Yeah, I know, I see you, buddy. And I'm going to place the Archangel Smite in there. There we go. Killed the guy for me. Thank you very much. Next, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, yeah, see, he's taking care of these guys real fast. Good job. Next, I'll place down my alchemical chest and my black hole band. And that should... maybe that's not close enough to that thing. Place it a little bit closer to the center of the room. Like, how about there, right? Black hole band in the middle. Oh, just happens to be that nice landing spot, right? Nice. Alright, so I guess one situation that we've got going on right now is this thing just indiscriminately kills these guys. And if they're on fire already, that might be a problem, because from what we learned, it seems like we have the best chance of getting a blaze rod if these things are not on fire. But it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. See, I've already got a couple blaze rods. So why don't I let that run for a few minutes, and I'll be back, and we'll check on the progress. And we've only had 1 or 2 spawns so far, but it looks like we're doing pretty well. I'm getting some experience, and we've got about 4 blaze rods hanging out in there, so not bad at all. I also want to set up a little bit of a wire system here to help power this little guy. Look at that, he spawned outside. Ha! I don't think I got that blaze rod though. No, definitely not. Alright, so just going to wire this little system up, I think. Can I do this? Yeah, that'll work. I don't like it affecting the door though. So let's break this guy off. I'm going to switch back to my drill for now as well, too. You can see me floating around here. Let's put the lever right here. That looks like a nice spot. I don't think I need this here anymore then. I wonder if this will work through this brick. It did. So I think when the redstone engine is on, that thing's going to kill, and then when the redstone is off, it'll stop killing, maybe? Hey, how'd you get out there? Yeah, I can fly now too, buddy. You ain't nothing special. So let's see. I'm going to turn it off manually too. There we go. So, activating it with redstone. Should turn it on, and it should start killing these things for me. No? Alright, I'll have to kill him myself. Well, I've tried a few times here and I haven't been able to get this guy to activate via redstone cable, so I'm just going to knock this off here, and I'll just activate him using good old right click. And it looks like the system I built is doing exactly what I wanted to see it do. We're simply killing guys and collecting their drops. All thanks to equivalent exchange. 100% equivalent exchange build. And so far, we've already gotten 11 blaze rods. Nice. And a piece of red alloy wire that fell when I knocked it off. Cool. Perfect. Now I know what some of you guys are probably thinking is I should have hooked this up in some kind of ender chest so that I could transport all these blaze rods around, but I said, I was going to go with an ender chest originally, but I don't think it's necessary really. I'm just going to be coming over here and collect them anyway because I have to turn this thing on and off. So now I've got a good amount of blaze rods. Hooray! Why don't I bring them back to my base and build something cool? Alright guys, I just spent a little bit more time in the nether, got myself 20 new blaze rods by just hanging out and waiting for some to show up. So that is a lot of blaze rods. I'm going to grab for myself now some obsidian, going to need a good amount of that, and of course I'm going to be making my ender chests. So I'm going to need some wool and some ender pearls and some chests. And it looks like it's getting close to time for me to go ahead and charge up my quantum suit leggings and whatnot, but we'll take care of that in just a minute. So, real quick, gonna craft 2 ender chests. Gonna need those ender pearls too, aren't I? Yep, almost forgot about those. Where are some ender pearls? I knew I had found some. Just need to remember the recipe to make them. Yeah. 2 bones, that's right. So let's grab. I'm actually going to grab an extra ender pearl because I want to make a good amount of these guys. So let's throw in my philosopher's stone. Perfect. Now I can charge this guy up, by the way. And let's go pretty much make my ender pearl my target. And I'm going to get myself a good amount of ender pearls out of my Klein star. I think a good 16 or maybe 32 even might be a good shot to go for. Yeah, that sounds nice. Thank you, Klein star. Alright, let's get to crafting. So, 2 of you guys. There we go. A pair of ender chests. And I'm thinking, what color code do I want to go to use for my system? Let's do blue, and one side's going to be green and one side's going to be red. So there's my miscellaneous junk. There we go. You guys. Sure, I'll bring an extra couple down with me just to make sure everything's groovy. So, running downstairs, I'm going to go down to the system that I built in the last episode. Whoa boy, creepers, I forgot about you guys. Rubbish. And it's funny because I meant to remember that I need to put some more lighting in this room. That was a lot of creepers, by the way. Seriously? Yeah. I intended to put some more lighting in here. I swear I did. I just never got around to it. So, might need to get myself a couple more iron fences. I think I've got some upstairs. Where's my requester tool? Yeah. And I'm going to grab some lights as well. Maybe clean this room up a little bit. So where's my iron fences? I know I have some because there's like a bunch upstairs in my chests. There we go. Let's just request 3. Should be enough for now. There we go. Hooray! How's this guy working again? Yeah, he is. So I just need some smooth stone to fix the little mess that these creepers made. And I should probably install some more lighting. Probably. much of anything. I'll get some lighting in here soon, I promise. I'm just going to replace this guy with an ender chest. Nice. And let's go ahead and make it blue, blue. Now this is where my empty things are going to come in, right? So I'm going to make them blue, blue, red, indicating there's nothing, or the Lapatrons are empty. So red for a discharged Lapatron. And this guy, ooh, I'm going to have to collect those, aren't I? Yeah. Oh, they also knocked off my sign. What the heck? Reactor control. I promise, guys, I'll fix that lighting system in a bit. A couple people are going to laugh, I know, because a lot of people commented in my last video saying, Dire, what the heck? you had a creeper down in your basement, but you never put in more lighting. What's wrong with you? Well, sometimes I get distracted. Sorry. Alright, so hopefully I have enough inventory space now to collect most of these guys, and I'll just store them in my little bag here for a brief moment. There we go. And now I'll go with blue, blue, green to indicate that this is a fully charged Lapatron crystal. Nice. So now a nice, easy way to transport Lapatron crystals to destinations out in the field. And I'm going to wind up using my charging bench here pretty much to make things a little bit cooler. And, oh yeah, the Lapatron crystals looks like they got a little bit recharged from hanging out inside my bag with that Talisman of Repair. Oh well. That doesn't hurt them in any way, right? Should be okay to still use, yeah. There we go. Not a problem. Also, guys, I'm starting to think I don't like the way these guys are lined up at the moment. I'd rather have them in a sequence rather than the current lineup that I've got. So I'm going to grab my wrench. Where is he at? Somewhere in here, I'm sure. There he is, electric wrench, hooray. And I'm going to just reorient this guy's face like so. And he'll just start powering up this MFSU with all the power that's sitting in there. Now this guy is going to have to get moved. So I'm going to have to... And now he's empty, so it's okay to move him. Or mostly empty anyway. Mostly harmless to move him. And let's do that. Perfect. I'm just going to need a fiber optic cable, which I do happen to have one of, to connect him, like so. And I think that's probably a better way to run this little system. And I might be able to add MFSUs later, but now we'll make sure that all the energy that's getting created here has the ability to go into this charging bench. Sweet. And I just kicked off a request to get 8 more Lapatron crystals. Quite a bit, I know, but pretty much want to make sure that most of the power that I have in my MFSUs down there is mobile. So I'm just requesting 8 more Lapatron crystals, tons of stuff going on to get all those ready, and I'll be back once they're all crafted. And there's 8 Lapatron crystals, so let's just throw them in there. And I know now that just because they're sitting in there, they're going to be charged and eventually migrate their way over into this chest, for which there's plenty of room. And now it's going to start draining these guys out. And if my math is right, we should get down to the point where we're around, oh, I don't know, 9 million left. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright guys, so while I'm waiting for those Lapatron crystals to charge up, why don't I do what I should have done a little bit ago, and maybe just install some lighting here. I'm just going to install some lighting, probably right along the walling here. Nothing too super fancy, of course, just, you know, make sure everything's running smooth. That looks good. I want to try to avoid getting any more creepers showing up when I'm not expecting them. That should be alright. I might need a little bit of lighting within here. So maybe place some, like, I don't know, place a block like this. I want to have it low enough that it looks good. That should be alright. Maybe I don't want it right there, though. Maybe right above this guy might be a nice spot. And I'll wire this appropriately, don't worry. Well, no promises on it being great or anything, but I'll do my best to make it look half decent. And this will work perfect because there's a nice little behind the wall here. So let's get some red alloy wiring ready to go. I can just run it like this, right? If I place down a redstone torch somewhere, like here, that should work. make sure to be behind this wall. Who's shooting at me? Hey, buddy. I'm not worried. Alright. So I'm just going to wire up the rest of this wall behind here. As for these guys, I might wind up going with... what do I got here? Should have some jacketed wiring. Don't I? Yeah, there we go. Stone jacketed. Perfect. Maybe just place this guy like so. That should work, and I'll figure out a nice way to make sure that they look good. I did promise that I would eventually replace this with some smooth stone in the back, didn't I? Yeah, probably. Why don't I do that now, actually? Turns out I don't exactly need to use jacketed wiring in that case. Well, maybe I should. Well, if I'm going to do that, I should probably move these guys back here. Yeah, do I want them hanging or not? Let me think about that a minute. Alright, let's see how this looks if I just run this wiring like so. Yeah, I think if I cover up that wall back there, that shouldn't look too bad. Just need to get some stone covers. That should be fine, I think. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe even frame it like this. Nice, I like that. Alright, why not? Yeah, I know, I'm not the best with redstone wiring. Never claimed otherwise, did I? Might as well collect these guys too, I don't need them hanging out just at the moment. There we go, that looks pretty good. So all around a little bit brighter in this room. I just need to seal this wall back up. And like I said, I'll get some stone covers for back there. I think I have some in my inventory, don't I? I do. Perfect. Not what I wanted to do. A little tricky to place this stuff sometimes. Now, I'm feeling like this is probably getting to be a good wrapping up point, just because I think I've accomplished a lot in this episode. Got myself a nice little blaze rod farm, which looks pretty good. This Lapotron system is pretty much complete with the ender chests, which is nice because it means I've got the ability to transport my Lapotron crystals anywhere out in the field. Now, next episode, I'm going to start using all this industrial craft energy that I've wound up creating, and I've got a couple systems in mind in what I can do to do some pretty neat things with some of the new mods that have come out for industrial craft. So definitely stay tuned for that episode. Alright guys, this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed watching this one. Take it easy.